there's two things I've not been doing, Anna, nearly to the point that I should be.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I know you guys all know there's an election coming up tomorrow, but if you're in California, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Dakota, Montana, make sure you vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, this election is not over. Number two, every vote that Bernie Sanders gets makes the progressive movement stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It makes him stronger. It makes the movement stronger. It makes the voice of the movement louder. So, for example, I'm going to keep it real. New Jersey, he's likely to lose fairly big, okay? But it doesn't matter. Your votes count there too. If only the Hillary Clinton supporters show up and the Sanders supporters don't show up, then it's an even bigger loss.
Yeah.
And it allows the establishment to dismiss the progressive voice.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's important for us to not give them material to work with. And the material I'm specifically talking about is them saying that he was never a viable candidate. There was never the support behind him. It was all overblown by some progressives. It's not overblown. I think that some people might be deterred from voting because that narrative has been played over and over again in the media. But don't let that deter you. Go out there and vote and show your support for Bernie.
And by the way, there is still 900 pledged delegates left to go because California is such a gigantic state that there's this huge number of delegates left out there yet. Do you know what the percentages are based on pledged delegates so far? It's 54-46. It's actually really, really close.
Wow.
It's a lot closer than people realize it is. Now, I get it, and we've said it on the program, that it's not easy to catch up to her, even to her pledged delegate total with the amount of delegates that are left, because in the Democratic side it's proportional. So if Bernie Sanders wins California by one vote, he doesn't get all 470 the delegates, et cetera, in that ballpark, right? He gets it proportionally.
Right.
But still, there's a ton left, and it's only 54-46. Now, when the rest of the media counts superdelegates, it looks like her lead is much larger, because if you count the superdelegates as well, then it's 60-40. But the superdelegates have nothing to do with the voting. They shouldn't be counted in this context at all. So one last thing to remind you guys, of course, we'll also be doing huge election coverage right here on the Young Turks. So we'll have our normal show live, as we always do every day, at 6 o'clock Eastern. It goes 6 to 8. And then at 8:15, we'll start our special election coverage.
Yes.
So at that point, we'll very likely know how New Jersey's voted, right, which we could talk about during the main show as well. And then we've got the western states that are coming up at 11 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be a long night of election coverage. tytnetwork.com/live to watch it.
And also, I just want to add to that, obviously, this is a very important election. So as a result, we are going to make it available and free to everyone. However, there will be a special primary post-game show for our members only. We want to make sure we give our members something special for supporting us and doing what they do. So immediately after our regular coverage, we will have a post-game show for our members related to the primaries.
You become a member by going to tytnetwork.com/join. But again, we don't want you to misunderstand. You're going to get the whole coverage for free. That's just a post-game afterwards for the members who make the show happen.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
So everybody tune in for that. It is going to be a big, big night.